Good morning everyone, Michelle and Laura from Empowered Decision. We often spend time just talking behind the scenes about what it is that we're doing and what's going on in the business of job search and career change. And this is why we're doing these little chats, because we talk so much about why it is we do what we do, and we want to share that, I think, today in particular. So there is a concept that we are using quite a bit now to explain to people what we do, and that's wingman, wing person, wing woman. And I just thought it would be a good chance for us just to explain that a little bit more in terms of how that actually practically applies in what it is that we do.
Yeah, I think that probably the best way to explain it is to give an example. So for example, I've just been working with a client interstate, and she came to me. She had been in a position for quite some time, and it was time to take a step up internally within the organisation. So what she was really looking for was help. There was selection criteria that she needed to do, and she had no experience of that. So we worked together on that. And through doing that, I both helped to get an end result that she could submit, but also teaching her that process so that she could do it again in the future. And then from there, we did interview preparation. She also hadn't been on an interview for years and really didn't know what to expect. So it was giving her the framework of what to expect, what people are looking for. For example, doing STAR and things like that, giving specific examples to the selection criteria. And then after that first round of interviews, then it was, she had to prepare a presentation. So obviously the thoughts that she put down, she structured that presentation, but we went through a process where she was bouncing off ideas, thinking it through. I was giving her my objective feedback, and we sort of prepared that meeting from there. So I think what's interesting in that whole mix is she had amazing experience. But I think if you haven't been out there, either internally or externally, into that process, how much confidence is a part of that? So coming back to what's Wingman about, I think it's, to me, it's giving an update to people who maybe been out of that job market. It's giving them how things are looked at these days, what to expect, and preparation, confidence. It's all of those kind of things. It's like having an ally on your side.
Yeah, and I think, you know, when people are out there, they up against very often parties that are pulling them towards a decision. So you have a decision maker in an organization that's really keen to have them on board, and you might have a third party recruiter involved, and everybody, the intent is that they want to make that match. And I think sometimes you feel a bit lost in the process, that you don't know, who do I go to objectively talk to? Who do I go to and say, look, this happened in my interview, or I had this situation, what do you think? And I had that example with a great guy who said to me, do you know, your value to me is that I can just call you and say, I'm not feeling confident about this, or they called me and they wanted this, what do I do now? It's just that kind of relationship that we develop. And I just want to point out how excited we get when people land that job or when they land that interview. And it's just amazing how much we invest in terms of that with their process. And I think they feel that. I think that that's the value, that they know that there's somebody that's got their back and somebody that's sat on the other side of the desk that can really just interpret what it is that they're going through and just calm them down a little bit. And I think that's probably the ideal spot for us as that wingman in that process. Yeah, so
that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do, and that's what we love doing. Thanks for watching.